The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the QATV staff or board of directors. QATV, in compliance with FCC regulations, is prohibited from exercising control over the content of independent, member-produced public access programming.
Welcome once again. Thank you for inviting us to your homes. Today we have a very interesting show, and here we are today. We are honored to have a very courageous domestic violence survivor and a Saheli board member join us to tell a very sensitive, touching, emotional story, the domestic violence survivor. And Soph and me do not know about the story, so just like you, we are eager to hear what you have to say. Welcome to the show. Join us.
And thank you very much, Ashita and Sophie, and thank you for coming to this program. I know you've had a tough and a very difficult life, and we would like you to share your experience with us. So do you want to tell us, when did you come to United States and what happened?
I came to United States on December 3rd, 1999 with my husband after marriage, like H4 visa, dependent visa, and I came to Denver, Colorado. Is my first place when I come to USA.
And then what happened after that? You moved from state to state?
Yeah.
That what you told me earlier.
Yeah, my husband used to beat me every time. After coming to USA, like after 4 months, I got pregnant, and my husband used to beat me because he used to say his friend wife got more dowry, and my parents paid only. It's okay. My parents paid only 15 lakhs. He wanted 50 lakhs dowry, but my parents could not give that much money. We had one more sister in my family. We used to, my sister also has to get married, and we don't have that much money to pay. And he used to say his car tires are worth of my father's entire life earning is equal to his car tire value of his car tire, and he used to insult my parents very much, and he used to beat me on weekends. He tried to put my hands on electric stove. He switched on electric stove and he tried to put my hands on it, but I escaped and I went into the bathroom. I locked myself in the bathroom.
What happened? Then you were pregnant and then you had your baby.
Yeah.
And what happened from there on?
When I was 8 months pregnant, he was doing boxing in my stomach. I tell my daughter is in my stomach, don't beat me, beat in my back, and he started boxing in my back. And he used to give me only apple juice and V8 juice. He never allowed me to eat food, and he used to make me drink lot of bottles of apple cider, and V8 juice bottles, empty bottles were filled with room. That much he made me drink, and he never allowed me to eat. He used to throw that in the dustbin, and he used to invite his friends. They used to party whole weekend, but nobody cared about me. I have to work, I have to remove the cups. They sit and they play cards. I have to remove cups from them. I have to wash them, I have to cook for them, but nobody care about me. And when I got my daughter delivery, my mother came and my mother saw what was happening. I didn't tell my parents that my husband was treating me badly because they have one more daughter to get married, and they will feel bad about it. So I kept secret. I did never tell my parents. But but when my mother came, she saw how my husband was treating, but he never cared for me, and I was in coma for 48 hours. I got pulmonary embolism because of too much sugar and too much salt in my body during pregnancy. After delivery, after 3 days, I was in coma for 48 hours. Doctor said I will die. They even called the coffin to put dead body, and they asked my mother how you want to burn a dead body, or you want to cremate. But my mother was crying. It was lot of snow. My daughter was only 3 days baby, and I was in coma, but I survived the coma. I After coma I came back to life again in Chicago.
And then, when your daughter was born, what happened after that? What did your mother do when after your daughter was born?
My husband don't want a daughter because he don't like girls. He has to pay dowry, and he don't like girls. He wanted a boy, but it was a girl, and she was born with no thyroid gland. So he said she is a girl and she is the no thyroid gland. I don't want this baby. Go and put some paddy seeds in her throat. She will die. And he told my mother to kill that baby, take home and kill that baby. My mother said, we won't kill the baby. We think God gave us one more daughter and we will raise her. And she took my baby with her.
And then you stayed back.
Yeah, I stay back.
And then what happened after that?
Then he started changing places. Wherever he get more money, he used to go there, that place. We moved to Chicago, Detroit, Denver, South Carolina, Harrisonburg, Florida, Atlanta, Atlanta, Delaware, um, Washington D.C., Delaware, Connecticut, all these places he used to move, and he never he never booked a flight for us. He used to drive, and we used to put a trailer to the car, and we used to move, and he never cared that he never stopped in a place. And one day we slept on the roadside only. He never booked a hotel or anything for me.
So, your daughter was with you all this time.
No, my daughter was with my parents in India.
And then he took you to India?
No, he used to beat me every weekend. He used to beat me from morning 8 until 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, and he used to say that if you complain to police, I will see that my brothers will go and smash your family, your entire family. Your my brothers will go and smash your entire family. You should not tell this to anybody. I am man. I will do whatever I want.
And then he took you to India with your daughter.
Yeah, my daughter visited me for her birthday. We called her. She came with my mother, but he never cared for my daughter. He never took her in hands and play with her or love her. He used to. One day she was going school in the morning. He took her into the room, and he pinched her arm very much, and he said not to no voice come. My daughter was crying, and he pinched so much that after 6 months she went to India. She never allowed to wash her hand when we were bathing her. She never allowed us to touch that hand. But after going to India, my mother noticed it. It was very black. Clot was there, and surgery has to be done to remove that clot. Otherwise, infection would have spread to the bone. And she cried, but she never told me. Her eyes were filled with water, but no voice came because he will kill me or he will do something to me. My daughter didn't tell me that, but she never allowed me to rub her hands when I give her shower. She never allowed me to rub that hand.
And then you went to India with your husband?
No, he sent me alone to India, and he said everybody that I am going mad. I am not good person. I am not in mental condition, and he said he will divorce me. But my parents talked to their parents. They said okay, we will excuse her this time. We will send her back. So he, so I came back again in Delaware, but he used to beat me and run outside of the building.
And then you all went to India at one point together when he had your daughter's passport with him?
Yeah, but before that, he called his brother from India. Both of them started abusing me. This time, my abusing became more, and they locked me in the room. And they used to go party, drink, and come. But they both of them used to make me cook for them. They both didn't eat, but they don't allow me to eat. And they locked me in the room, and harassment became more. He said that you should. His brother told you have to beat with stool. He used to beat with stool, and he beat me to the bed. The base of the bed. He used to bang my head with to that. He used to box me in my eye. I get eye pain till now with my left eye. He boxed me in the eye, and he used to beat me a lot.
And then what happened?
In 2006, he said, we will go to India, we will do housewarming party, because my father gave a lot of, my husband is treating me bad. My father gave 20 lakhs more, and my husband put 15 lakhs, and we bought a house in India for me. It is in my name, and my father gave lands at the time of marriage. All those were in my name. So my husband said in 2006, we will go to India housewarming party and we will visit all temples. We will do pilgrimage. Let's go. And he said, remove all jewelry. My parents gave jewelry of worth of 15 tulas. He took all the jewelry, and he took jewelry of my daughter also, earrings and chain. My mother gave that earrings and chain when my first daughter baby was born. She came with lot of clothes, jewelry, and she gave earrings and chain to my daughter. He took everything, and he said, it is you take care of the baby. I will hold on passport, social security number, and he took my daughter's social security number, passport, my green card, my social security number, and he put it with him. And after go and we went to India, but luckily my passport was with me. And after going, my mother and my father came to airport. All his family members were at the airport, and his relatives also at the airport. And he started yelling, screaming at me, and he told everybody that she is mad. She is walking on the streets, roaming on the streets without clothes, and she's become mad. And my parents took my daughter with them to, that is where I live with my parents before marriage. But my husband took me to his brother. I've never been to her. I saw only 2 times. I never see that before. Only 2 times I came in my life. I don't know where they were taking me, but they took me to his brother's house. There they locked me in the room. There is no lights in the room, no bathroom in the room, no water. They locked me, and they used to come in the morning. They tie my hands behind, and they used to heat the sarat spoon, heat it with the stove, and they used to put the heated spoon on my back, and I used to scream, but nobody cared. They used to beat me, they used to pull my hair, they slap on my face, and they say, you have to sign on the divorce papers, you have to sign on all the lands, all the lands and house on his name. but I never signed it because it is for my daughter, I thought. And I never signed it. I never signed on the white paper also. They forced me to sign on the white paper. I never did that. They beat me, they yell at me, they don't give me water. There is no light in that room. It was dark. And they switch off, they turn off the light bulbs also. There is no restroom at all. They started doing like that harassment, and my but their house servant, she saw this is all going wrong. She felt pity on me and she gave me phone. I called my mother's sister, she lives in Hyderabad, she's a journalist. I called her, I told her that they will kill me, please come and take me home. So she came with her husband, but they did not allow them into their house. They were yelling at them. They were telling names, go back, we don't allow you in the house. But she said she's a journalist, she need to come in. She came in anyhow, and she saw me and she started crying a lot, and she took me with her into her house.
And what happened after that?
After that, he said, "We have to come to panchayat, and we will see what we can do with this." And our community elders and his family members all went to panchayat, and he started telling me that I am going on the streets, roaming on the streets without clothes, and I am mad. I'm not in mental condition. My mental condition is bad, and I am mad person. And he said, so he wanted divorce. So they said one more panchayat, and after one more panchayat, in one more panchayat, my father-in-law, hit my grandfather with his chappal, and they called 20 local gundas. They came, they broke bottles, they were drinking, they were doing so much yelling at my parents and my mother, my sister, everybody. They were yelling at them, shouting angrily, throwing glasses and everything. It ended up with messy, all the mess. And he and he said, after that he said there will be one more panchayat, but he did not stay there. He came back to America. And also when they kept me in their house, they took me to psychiatrist. They wanted to take certificate that I am mad, and but my father called me at that time and asked me where I am. I said I am at this hospital. My father said don't sign on any papers and come back. So I did not sign on any papers. I did not do anything. I saw all mad people there who were tied with chains. I was so much worried, nervous. But they said we will go to theater and movie and we will eat dinner and we will come back. But they took me to the hospital. I don't know that hospital where it is because I am not many times. It is a big city.
And then what happened after that when he left you in?
He took my green card, social security, my daughter's passport, my daughter's social security, and he came back here and he file case in Connecticut court that he wanted child custody because he wanted to blackmail me, that he thought I won't come back, and he thought I won't come back, and he put child custody case to blackmail me that if you don't sign on divorce papers, I will take your daughter from you. Not that he likes my daughter, but only to harass me. But in India, when I was waiting for third panchayat, I got court notice that he put divorce case in India. Divorce case notice came to me. Then I went to the local superintendent of police. He said, go to US embassy and take transportation letter and go back to America. So I went to me, my father and my daughter, we three went to US embassy and applied for and told my story So they gave me transportation letter, and with transportation letter I came back to in America alone with Sarojini Amma. She lives in the same place. She gave me shelter in her room. She runs a
Boston.
daycare, yeah, in Boston. And after coming here, I got an email stating that my husband put child custody case. So I went to Connecticut, and but the case got dismissed, and my daughter is staying with my parents ever since.
And what you have been doing here in Boston since being with Sarojini Amma?
I stayed for 15 days with Sarojini Amma, but she was going back to India, so she said I have to find a place or I come back with me. So, but I met in the same apartment. She helped me so much. She gave her computer, laptop to apply jobs, and I applied in Walgreens. I got job in Walgreens, luckily, and Walgreens. Then I should help me look for rooms. I got $300 apartment room, sharing room in, and I stayed with there, and I started working at Walgreens.
And what are you doing today? What are you doing today?
Today I am working at CVS on weekends, and in weekdays I am taking training as a teller in the bank.
And what are your plans from now on?
I don't want my same life with like my life to my daughter. I want my daughter to be highly educated and stand on her feet and independent and brave, not like me. I am worried about my daughter.
And what does your daughter want to do?
My daughter want to go to Columbia University and she want to become a lawyer.
That's fabulous. It's so emotional, but at the end, I have something to tell you. You're extremely courageous. You're very kind as Saheli board member and as Saheli to be, being a Saheli to her basically. But what an amazing woman. That man is an animal. I think animals have a better position in society, but I wouldn't even consider him an animal. And like him, there must be so many in this whole of South Asia or even whole of the world. You were in coma?
I cannot believe it. Like, it's so heart-wrenching to hear your story. It really is. You never think that people can be so miserable and horrible to a human being.
And this is all for dowry. So dowry, I mean, if you think about it, we are here and we don't realize, but dowry is still on in South Asia, in India.
Yeah. I've known her for a few years now, and she has come into her own. She has learned so much in just past 4 years that I have known her. She's got multiple jobs. She's standing on her feet. And what she told me that she wants to bring her daughter here and for college, and also get an apartment and get out of this transition housing, so she can
shelters. It's really courageous of you.
It's very courageous.
She's a very brave, strong woman.
She really is.
And thank you so much for taking your time to tell us, and I think it helps all other women out there and give them the encouragement that whatever happens to them, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and you can stand on your feet and become independent. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's an honor to have you, really. I mean, I wouldn't dream about starting any other way the show for the fall, but with you, you've given strength to not only the Saheli board member who's like a mentor to you, but to, I'm sure, to both of us, with your daughter standing beside, and your parents, are they happy now? Yes. I'm so happy for you, and I'm sure you are.
We are tremendously happy that you came, and thank you for coming and telling your story. It was really courageous of you to do. And we really appreciate that.
And we also thank the journalist who helped you back home. Because without her, you wouldn't have really taken that next step you needed to see the better light. So you see, all of you, that this exists. I cannot believe such a beautiful, such a young, such a courageous, and I would say wealthy, because 15 lakhs is no joke.
And then 20 after
And
that.
20 after that, and
cannot-
asking 50 lakhs. I mean, what the hell does he do
I
really,
know.
and what does he think he is up to? So any one of you, if you are in this situation, do contact us, do contact Saheli. You have the hotline, but please take help and survive. Be courageous, because or else they will kill you. We'll join again next time. Until then, this is Isha.
Mrs. Sophie, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for having us.